Heaven known, beautiful souls. I'm here to share all the downloads that I receive. We all receive downloads, just whether or not we want to hear it or not, and whether or not that voice is strong enough to come through. And I know it's hard to send those messages out to other people, especially in the social media platforms, as our messages aren't always heard. And I'm here to send messages to the people who need to hear it. So those messages will get to the people that need to hear it, as where you are in your path. And no, life is difficult. It's the word that I can use right now. And I find that we can't always explain what we're going through in words, which is so interesting. Because as spiritual beings, we're frequency, we're energy. There's no words. It's about feeling. And this world, which has been made up, it's all an illusion. We've all made it up. It comes from a place of fear. Centuries ago, we lived peacefully, happily, lovingly together as one. And within, I call it the fall of grace, and I'm sure you've all heard that term before, we lost that connection. We lost the connection with ourselves, with God, that love. And more souls keep coming within this realm, within this dimension, this world, and they forget who they are. I've forgotten who I was, and we still forget time to time, even if we think we have woken up. We still forget. This world just knocks us into the abyss, basically. We gotta keep finding our way back. And I've realized, as my awareness, my intuition gets stronger and I'm able to stay connected, that when we're on this path, when we decide to be on this path, it's about atonement and correction. The remembrance of who we are and aiming to stay connected to ourselves, to the light of love. So many people are so lost. We stay plugged into the matrix. I don't even like using that word. It's become a fad, becoming a buzzword. And yeah, it means, the same thing as living in a made-up world, illusionary world full of illusions that our mind has created, our lower mind, our ego. We disconnected centuries ago, and it goes back to Atlantis. where we thought we could be creators on our own. We thought we could be gods and goddesses on our own. We are gods and goddesses because, yes, we are the children of God. However, we tried to be our own God. It doesn't work. We've separated from source. We've created this ego, this sense of self. Even when I'm listening to my own words, it's, wow. I've been spending so much time on my own. And I can say it have been for a long time. It just comes in periods and stages. And I always thought, well, this is bad. I don't feel good. I don't want to do this. And look at everybody else out there. It's not a bad thing. Maybe a good thing, depending, I guess, on the circumstances and knowing who you truly are within those moments so you're not lost. So many people are going through these psychotic episodes. They're just cut off from themselves and listening to the illusions of this world. We can't wake anybody up. We can't change them. We can't control them. But on the other end of things within that, what if some of the people in our world, in our own personal world, are just the stagehands, the people behind the scenes that need to keep things running to help you to remember and to ascend? I don't know. When I think about my dreams at night, a lot of the characters in my dreams are the same. They're just there. They're just in the background. And if this world is an illusion that we've created out of fear, darkness, from that disconnection of source. Doesn't that kind of make sense? I've always been on a search for love. I look at my entire life, looking at my past, and I've always felt this disconnect with this world. There's no love in this world. And I mean that as God's always here, but we're not always connected to it. So when we're not connected, we can't share that divine, unconditional, true love that we actually are. What we share is a made-up version of that love, a generic form of it. And everything seems to be conditional in a lot of ways. We keep trying to control. We want to stay separate. We want to stay as an individual, oneself. And I mean that we are all one, but I mean as that oneself as we're not connected. it's just, I don't know. So sometimes it's so fascinating to watch and observe, and other times it's so lonely. Being in a world where you don't belong, in a sense. We're here for a reason. Yeah, I'm here for a reason. But to not feel that connection, to feel that oneness where we all come from. We are all on a search of who we are, the search of that love. And we will know this once you feel and are connected to Source again. Be like, I understand what that means. I remember always wanting to be loved. But what I know now is I'm already love. And this world, you can look at it as maybe it is actual hell when we disconnect, as the Bible says. And when we're connected, we're in heaven. Just find that a fascinating concept because I feel it. It's not up here. It's in here. It's that connect. I should probably do this. Show the connect. When you come to this point in your life, you will know what I mean. There are layers, levels, and dimensions in a sense of our ego. And you may have heard this so many times that our ego loves to play roles. Just like an actor and actress on stage where they play roles. So they can put the hat on of playing a spiritual role. There's many people in this world that do that. But when you are aligned with you, you do feel that separateness in a way, and through being a physical body. But I know we're not separated, as we're not. We're all together as one, and I've been there. And I try to be there as much as I can. And again, as I said at the beginning, life continues to kick us out of that space. Interesting. When you remember who you are, always continue to keep coming back to who you are. This life, even though it is a simulation, in a way it is real. And living here in these physical bodies that we have, these physical vessels. I don't know, let's do something. Let's make the life we actually want, where things used to be. It's real when we are in that state of love and light, the light of love, who we are. That's where things were at once, at one time, within this world. So we need to come together and connect together so we can make the light within us a lot brighter. And you feel that oneness in this world. Not always having to go to that meditative state to find and feel that oneness. I know it is possible to live and be that oneness. But as I said, life kicks us out of that. We have to continue to come back to remember. But if we all live in that state, and we all connect, we can have that world, who we are, how things once were. We don't need to live in hell. We can actually live in heaven. Just some things to think about, and I know how this world is, as many of us do, especially social media. Oh, well, that person doesn't have enough likes. That person doesn't have enough followers. I don't want to sit here and listen. I'm looking for something that excites me, that piques my dopamine, my adrenaline. That's what we're conditioned to feel. You look at all that advertising. Oh, this will draw that person in. This will draw all these people in. Something with that, isn't there? I'm not here to draw people in. Not here to be all those signs on the stores, those billboards, those commercials. I'm here to be here when you're ready to come and to awaken. Or if you're awakened and you're scared, or like I said, we fall in and out of that consciousness, you'll be drawn to this video and to all my videos. So I'm just going to send that love and light to each and every one of you beautiful souls out there. XOXO, Michelle.